Hello. Today I'm going over an ASP.NET Model View Controller, also known as MVC project that I created using C#. It's a simple Halloween store that allows users to look at various Halloween themed products, add them to a shopping cart, and then go through the checkout process. This is a conceptual store, so there are no actual products being sold. Because of this, the checkout page doesn't fully verify the legitimacy of credit cards or shipping information. One of my favorite parts about this project was using Microsoft's Entity Framework to automate the interactions between my Halloween database and the application. This provides a layer of abstraction which makes it so that instead of working with database connections and structured query language statements, I'm working with higher level domain objects. It's honestly a game changer because it makes the whole process of retrieving data from the database very convenient and simple. Now, being that this is a MVC project, it's separated into three different aspects. The first major aspect, of course, is the models. These models are used to describe the data that's being contained within the application. And I also define all the business rules of the different interactions with that data in these following classes right here. Now the next main aspect of this project consists of the views. The different views in this project define how the various web pages are displayed to the user. There's different views for the cart, for when you check out, for the home page, contact page, etc., etc. And then finally, the last major aspect is the controllers. These different controller classes manage the relationships between the views and the models. They are also used to respond to user input, talk to the models, and decide which views to render in. Now let me quickly go over the rest of the folders that are in this project. The app data folder holds the database file that's used to communicate with my Halloween store. The app start folder contains the initialization and configuration files for my store. The content folder contains all the static content for my project, which consists of product images and style sheets for the different web pages. And finally, the scripts folder contains the different JavaScript files that I use within the project. Alright, now let's run the project and see everything working in action. So as you can see, a new tab is open in my browser, and the project is currently attached to a localhost port. Initially, I'm taken to a home page, which displays a simple welcome message and has various section links on the side for home, order, cart, checkout, and contact us. Let's click on the order page so we can see the different products. Now the order page defaults to the first product, which in this case is the Austin Powers costume. There is a drop-down menu right here, which allows the user to select through the various products. Selecting a product from the list changes the view to display all of the information associated with said product. As you can see, it changes the picture, the title, the description, and the price point for that product. Let's select a couple of different products so we could see everything change accordingly. Alright. Now here I can update the quantity or how much of the desired product that I want. I'll just put 2 in this case. Once I'm content with how many items I want and the product that I want, the user can click on the Add to Cart button, which adds the item to the cart. It also redirects the user to the shopping cart and displays a list of all the different items that are in the cart. Let me add in a couple more items to the cart so we could see this update accordingly. Let's add in a hippie costume and a fog machine. Now, once the user is ready to check out, they can either hit the checkout button or click the checkout section, which is on the side. I'm just going to click the button. Now, as you can see, the checkout page shows an overview of the different products that are in the user's cart. It also displays an order subtotal, the approximate tax, and the overall total price for the order. Below this is a section where the user can fill in the credit card and shipping information. Now, there is extremely simple input validation put into place for the different fields. Basically, all that I'm doing is making sure that there are digits where there's supposed to be digits, that there's no letters where there aren't supposed to be letters, etc., etc. Alright, so let's quickly fill out these fields. Just making up some names. If this was a real store, of course, I'd validate the credit card and make sure that it was valid and that everything checked out before the order was placed. But since it's just a conceptual store, we're not really worried about it that much, so there's just some very simple validation to it. These, of course, are all fictitious things that I'm putting in here. Alright. Now, once the fields are all filled in and the validation checks are passed successfully, the user can click on Place Order. What this does is it brings them to a new confirmation page to simulate actually ordering a product. Now, the program doesn't actually do anything with the data fields that the user fills out. They're just there to simulate checking out from a store. Also, an email doesn't actually get sent out like the confirmation page said. The text is just there for effects. Anyways, that about wraps up my demo. It was a great learning experience completing a project like this for the first time. And as a quick side note, I'm trying to shorten the overall length of my demos, which is why I didn't really go over the code all that much. I honestly just don't want to waste anyone's time by giving them unnecessarily long demos to watch. But if you do have any questions about the project or the code, contact me and I'll be more than happy to nerd out with you about the code. At any rate, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.